I'm at that point in my life where I'm just done. And I just want to close the chapter and be like, on to the next chapter. Don't even worry about it. Just keep moving. Honey, you can't do that if you want to keep moving. If you want to make it somewhere, you're not going to be able to make it that way by just constantly closing the book because it didn't go the way you wanted it to. My name is Kira, and this is going to be my very first YouTube video. Oh my gosh, I'm really starting my YouTube journey. And I really hope you guys stay and help me travel along this journey. But anyway, go ahead and get into this video because I don't really like long intros. So let's get straight into it. Used to fill in my eyebrows is Eye Envy, and I really like it. It's like a pomade. So if you can, I'm not sure if it's gonna zoom in for you guys, but it's Eye Envy by Kiss. I get it from my local beauty supply store. Get into the brushes and stuff and what I'm going to use. This one is my Japaneseique brush. One of my little fluffy brushes. I'm not sure if I'm even getting that in the angle. But this is one of my fluffy brushes that I'm going to use to pretty much go ahead and set my foundation so we can get this look on the go. You know what I'm saying? Up has definitely spoken volumes in the last few months that I've been watching it with my daughter, and I actually really enjoyed it. At first I was like, why are we watching this movie? We started watching this movie, and as he's going on his adventure, they do this across the heart, and I promised all this stuff, and he promised her that he would get his house to Paradise Falls. Well, their house. It was a playhouse that they grew up in. A lot of things got in the way, and that is very important because during this new journey that I'm going on here, I have got a lot of things have actually gotten in the way, and I've been very discouraged with it. Not just the new adventure that I'm taking on, but life in general. And I say that lightly because sometimes you want certain things to go a certain way. You have a certain plan for certain things and it doesn't go that way. So you get a little distraught, you get a little out of character, and you want to just give up and throw in the towel. You get a little frustrated with everyone around you when it's not everyone around you. It's just simply not your time. And when you try to, and I'm a woman that prays, and so when I try to talk to God about it and I pray about it, like any other human, you want answers tomorrow, you know? And I've always promised myself a certain thing by 30. And I'm like, if this don't happen in this X amount of time, it's just not gonna happen by 30, and that's just not okay with me. We got some talking to do here, Jesus. And I know that man laughs at me. Like, I just know he does, because he's like, girl, have you not learned by now that it's not about your timing. So when I say that to say this when it comes to Up, he wanted to get he had 3 days. He had 3 days to get his wife's house there because of the helium balloons. They would go out in 3 days. I'm not gonna say it wasn't possible. It just wasn't in the timing. Does that make sense? Like, you ever wanted to do something? Comment below, let me know. You ever wanted to do something in a time frame and it just wasn't gonna happen that way because everything around you just wanted to say. I remember times when I finally get to where I wanted and it's not what I wanted. And I would get upset. Because I was like, God, why did you not just tell me? You know, why did you not just tell me that it wasn't going to work out the way I wanted it to? And that's why you just didn't give it to me when I asked. Well, I tried. You didn't want to listen. You wanted what you wanted. And that's pretty much, I feel like that's God's way of protecting. Reading all the memories and everything, and in this book, in this photo album, it basically says all the things that I'm going to do. You ever had that list? You remember making that list of all the things you're going to do, and then when you don't get them done, you get discouraged? Well, that's pretty much how he felt, because she wasn't able to do the things in that book, because that's what she told him when she was younger. This book is going to be filled with all the things that I'm going to do when I get to Paradise Falls. And she waited on him to get to Paradise Falls. And so he felt like he failed her. He really felt like he failed his wife. It gets to that part, that very part where she says all the things that I'm going to do. He instantly wants to close it. But a picture showed, the very edge of a picture. And if you're familiar with the movie, you understand what's going on here. And he opened the book back. And that to me spoke, because it's like, I'm at that point in my life where I'm just done. And I just want to close the chapter and be like, on to the next chapter. Don't even worry about it. Just keep moving. Honey, you can't do that if you want to keep moving. If you want to make it somewhere, you're not going to be able to make it that way by just constantly closing the book because it didn't go the way you wanted it to go or whatever. And so Up really spoke to me in that way, because he didn't give up, even though he wanted to. He did not, you know, he got to where he wanted to go, and his wife reminded him that they had an adventure together, that they got to where they needed to go in life, and it's time for you to have your own. As he was reminded of the journey that they had and whatnot, going in and looking at all the pictures that she took and everything she added. And at the very end, she put, "Thanks for the adventure. Now go have a new one." If that doesn't speak volumes there to an adult that's trying to give up, that's just tired of being told no. No, it's not your time. No, you can't have it. No. Go have a new adventure. And I didn't really take that as give up. I didn't take it as close this book, it's time for another. Gotta keep going. And you guys, I'm not even just talking to you, I'm talking to myself too, because no matter how hard it is, no matter how fresh the paint is, you gotta keep going. Because in the movie, he wanted to stop there, because that's what he set out to be. It took for someone to open a book. It took for someone to open your eyes to say, hey, this isn't it. Don't you stop here. Keep going. There's so much more here at Paradise Falls. There's so much here that you can learn, that you can grasp onto. Start hearing yourself say, didn't you pray for this? Isn't this what you wanted? But you weren't prepared for the things to come to get you to that point. You want to be that millionaire, but you don't want to go through these hard times, these days without sales, or these days without whatever. You don't want to go through that to get to that point. You got to understand what it feels like to be at rock bottom so you can appreciate the diamonds at the top. think I pretty much got it to where I'm pretty just gonna leave it. All right, guys, so this is what I've came up with so far. This is as close as I can get to the house. I'm getting ready to do my balloons now. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of what I'm going to do, and then I'm gonna go off camera. So today I'm going to use Makiage. Don't mind Jacqueline Hyde and the rest of the crew. It's been a very stressful few months. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dibble dabble some of my Makiage. And first thing first, you always want to prime. And sometimes I put setting spray on a brush, and then I go from there. So next out of there, this is the MOTD Masterpiece Crease brush. And then it has a tip like this. Typically, I don't use that kind for a crease. Typically, I usually use more of a fine point or straight point angled, more so brush to get my crease. I think I'm going more for a subtle, like I said before. So I'm just gonna get my small fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go in on this light brown and go in right there at the crease and bring it down a little bit. So the little jewel, usually I would grab my eye and go up an angle and do that. And when you do that, you actually lose the shape of where you're going, because once you let go, it falls. So what you thought you had, you no longer have. So it's best to either have the person look down and you continue to blend, or you build your colors and your crease and all that jazz, or you just don't do that. Even with an eyeliner, I have a habit of doing sometimes with it like this, and then I drop it, I'm like, what the crap? I thought I had the perfect wing.
Cause I don't keep it.
So I'm back. So what I did, I added some glitter out of the King Beauty Dreaming of Glitter palette, and it's the green tea. This one right here. So this is the final result. I went ahead and did a soft curl off camera, and I applied my lashes from my brand. It's called What Temper. So y'all go ahead and check that out on stampedbykl.com, okay? And you'll also find on there the lipstick color that I have on. It's called Chardonnay. I have my Crushing, my lip gloss that I also created, and I just put the little dibble dabble. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed creating it. I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty good. Well, you let me know. You let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see next, or what you want me to do next as far as something creative and outgoing. Remember to always keep going, keep pushing, and don't you give up. No matter who tells you no, no matter who tells you to stop, and it's not for you, baby. There's a lot out there for you. Person that you're scared to release because you're scared of failure. Understand something. You only fail if you don't start. Literally. You only fail if you don't start. You only fail even more if you quit.